This episode is a month later because when I uploaded my footage from my PC to download onto my Mac, it was instantly bogusly copyright claimed by some nameless garbage fake organization, and despite me filing a dispute, YouTube did nothing and simply waited for the claim to expire because they are also a garbage fake organization. Looking forward to my 100,000 subscribers plaque soon though, only 15 to go. Halloween Town is upon us, and the trio dress for the occasion. Donald is a half-eviscerated mummy, and Goofy and Sora are whatever the fuck they are. Goofy is just dressed like a homeless man with leprosy, while Sora looks like he went to the Halloween store at 6 p.m. the night of and just cobbled together what was left. After passing through the gate, the group see a bunch of Heartless in the town square. They ready their weapons, but the Heartless don't seem to notice them and are just floating there. Suddenly, a two-faced man shaped like a pyramid wearing the pointiest hat I've ever seen announces into a megaphone as if anyone is listening, introducing Jack Skellington. As if on cue, because it's on cue, a tall, spindly skeleton man rises out of the poisonous fountain and strikes a scary pose. It was so scary I shat myself. Why Kingdom Hearts isn't considered a horror game is beyond me. Following Jack into the doctor's lab, Sora, Donald, and that's right, even Goofy, watch Jack and a shriveled, ugly gremlin in a wheelchair discuss a Heartless that is laying on an operating table. They opine that the Heartless need a heart, and set about making one because I guess you can just make hearts. The container they use has a lock, though, so of course Sora saves the day with his handy keyblade. The group has a quick council before he does it, though, and Donald's like,
"So you're really gonna unlock it for them?"
and then Sora's like, yeah, I want to see the Heartless dance, don't you? And Donald's like, nah, that's gay, but Sora unlocks it anyway. They introduce themselves to Jack and Dr. Finkelstein, who start putting ingredients on the table. Pulse, emotion, terror, fear, hope, and despair. Mix them all together, and we have a heart. Except no you don't, because it don't work. They wonder if they're missing ingredients, so Sora gets to fetch quest them one at a time, the first being memory. The doctor says,
"Sally's got the memory we need. See if you can track her down."
Which sounds kind of sinister, like we're gonna harvest her brain or something, but turns out it's a forget-me-not, and you're like, oh, that's not as fun. Sally expresses discontent at Jack's plan to use the Heartless in the upcoming Halloween festival, citing a bad feeling. Jack disregards her so quickly it's almost impressive. Nothing could beat what I've got planned! Oh, also the Heartless went rogue after the experiment and are attacking everyone again, which leads credence to the this is going to be a disaster theory. After the group leave the graveyard, giggling abounds as three small, disgusting children pop out of a nearby coffin and reflect on what they just heard. They decide they're going to tell someone named Oogie Boogie about the heart, which is probably not good. The scene changes to the kids standing and trembling in front of a towering literal sack of shit that could only be Oogie Boogie, another villain from the Round Table. The hulking burlap man laughs at the thought of Jack making a heart and makes plans to steal it, going, "Oh, when I get my hands on that, well, I got no hands, but I'm still gonna nab that heart and control the Heartless." Thanks, I love doing that voice. After returning to the doctor, Sora and co. deliver the ingredients, only for those three little midget monsters to appear, trip Dr. Finkelstein out of his wheelchair, and make off with the heart. Pursuing them to the top of Oogie's manor, the chase culminates in one of the most satisfying boss battles in the game, allowing you to beat the ever-loving shit out of all three of those ingrates and release tons of pent-up aggression in the process. Sora questions the kids afterward, and because they're stupid, they tell him to pull a lever and look for a green door. Upon finding it, the group is thrust into an encounter with Oogie himself, who takes the heart and swallows it. He then calls upon the Heartless, but only two show up. Angered at the apparent disrespect being shown by primal creatures of instinct, Oogie knocks everyone into a giant roulette wheel as he rolls dice to decide what macabre machinery attacks them, whether it's bouncing blades or spinning saws. After defeating Oogie, he springs a leak in his skin bag, and all the bugs he is filled with pour out until there is nothing left of him but a scrap of cloth. Told you he was a sack of shit. Sora and everyone leave the manor and start walking back down the path, but a huge rumbling sound stops them in their tracks. As they turn back around, they see Oogie's visage completely taking over the manor, stretching his skin to gigantic proportions and enveloping the manor itself, creating a mangled amalgamation of Oogie and his house that looks very uncomfortable. Sora must destroy some big dark globs that pop up like boils around the property in order to finish him for good. After the house has been crumbled to the ground, a giant keyhole appears that Sora promptly locks, as we're all used to by this point. The scene changes to a reunion of Sally and Jack, who is finally apologetic for not listening to his female counterpart from the start. Sally says,
"Don't feel bad, Jack. We'll come up with another plan for Halloween. Next time,
We'll do it together.
Of course, give the woman a seat at the table. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Sunburned Albino, and you can support the channel financially on Patreon at patreon.com/sunburnedalbino, and I'll see you guys next time.